I would definitely consider myself a musician, a budding composer at best. I'm studying a music degree, I have aspirations of becoming a working composer, and I have a relative level of knowledge of music theory and musicology. But I've always had hobbies. At one point in my life, I would have regarded music itself as a hobby, perhaps marred by the creative tropes of a grammar school child. Those thoughts gradually struggled their way into a reality where I couldn't actually see myself doing anything but music as a career. That being said, I've always carried out some sort of physical activity throughout my childhood, and quite often it was competitive. And upon reflection, I've noticed this to be somewhat outside of canon in the regular world of musicians and athletes. Picture the worn out rock star at the end of their career, overweight, alcoholism, drug abuse, and heart problems. It's not exactly in line with what you expect from a top level athlete. So, where does this put me? Balancing on a knife edge between a world of peak physical condition and a lack of creativity and individuality, and a world of drug experimentation and deep, painful personal exposure. So Colin Stetson, a great inspiration of mine, once said this in an interview.
In my life, everything that's ever been satisfying has been difficult.
This is particularly relevant to me because I know firsthand how easy it is to lose your lip when you don't do enough training playing a brass instrument. See, Colin has reached his pinnacle of saxophone playing through training, just as an athlete would. However, this rare example still doesn't explain the dilemma that I have of balancing the two. And I often get asked the question, why don't I just choose one and try to become better at that? And the short answer is I just couldn't, because I love both so much. And I suppose the long answer is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Top level athletes are at the pinnacle of their sport. Eliud Kipchoge is the only guy that can run at a 4-minute 34-mile pace for 2 hours straight, and Flojo is the only girl that can run 100 meters in less than 10.5 seconds. You see, I think the most revered artist could be seen in a similar fashion. And take Arturo Sandoval, for example, and his ability to play high notes. Fans of any of the examples see their idols as beautiful, visual or auditory perfection. I myself actually visualize certain sporting moments when I'm making music. I also, if I'm not already listening to music, tend to compose in my head as I train or race. This mind mapping process is directly influenced by the way I feel physically. You see, without this combination, I would feel I would be lesser. I would be blind to the beautiful art of sport. It seems common throughout the history of modern music that artists turn to drugs and alcohol. This was often found to be caused by the difficulties surrounding the life on the road as a touring musician, working late into the night every day of the week, hardly seeing your own home. There was also argument behind the experimentation with psychedelics in order to tap into a new level of creativity. All of these things are extremely contrary to the world of sport and would be shunned in those communities. On the other hand, perhaps problematically, drug abuse and dangerous, unhealthy ways of living are historically romanticised by fans of the affected. For me, this does not line up nicely in my battle of balance. Athletes at most competitive levels will gladly tell you of the pain they put themselves through in training to achieve new personal bests or place higher in a race. This adage of pain has become a hard-man staple of sport for years, hence the phrase, no pain, no gain. But what about music? Other than the example of Colin that I mentioned.
I run a lot. I do a lot of yoga, and when I was younger, I was an athlete. I did an enormous amount of sport and did some things that were really, really difficult.
Well, physical pain becomes less relevant here, but perhaps one can explore the pain of the mind. Nick Drake, the tragic guitarist and singer that went through his life largely undiscovered before passing away at the terrible young age of 26, was actually no stranger to sport in his younger years, holding a school record in the 100-yard dash. It's no secret that the sensitive artist had struggled immensely with depression in his later years, including some of which his music was created. Listening closely to his unique voice and immaculate finger-picking style, I can feel his pain. I do not wish to romanticize the horrible battles he was clearly going through, but perhaps it's worth noting the beauty he was able to push out in between the gaps of his suffering. Thank you, Nick Drake. You are a reason to push through this battle of balance and continue living my life as both an athlete and a musician.
Take a man away from his mother, he'll say thank you, well just fuck her. I didn't know what she had planned for me when I broke away from the apple tree. Thank you for your kindness, brother, I was scared of what she had planned. Another reason why I should run and hide, to take my anguish out on another guy. Fall away from the band, they sway. Take his hand, pull the man away. Ask him what are those scars just there. Oh, nothing, I just fell on the stair. Try giving him a reason to smile someday. When his goals are reached, he'll feel a certain way. The day will come, pull him into your bed. Go easy now, careful of his head. If he has to stop, then dutifully oblige. Don't bring on back his brother's demise. Fall away from the band, they sway. Take his hand, pull the man away. Sensations, they are riddled with pain. Pleasure's nothing but the name. For teasing him is torturing him. The end of such affair sees you take him. Love all of him. Forgive all of him. I will send you off now. Take all the care on the road. I love you. He loves you.
That was scary. lot of products.